today I'm going to give you my reading on December 11th, the Venus star points, the PentaGnoesis chart. The sun is below the horizon at 6:11 in the morning. Venus and Mars are behind the sun. Let's confirm that. Okay, Venus's orbit, and Venus is bright. That means it's on the opposite side of us to the sun, and it's reflecting its face back at us. Same with Mars. Mars, you can see the whole planet of Mars rather than the crescent. From the sun's perspective, let's get rid of the horizon. So from the sun's perspective, you have Earth on one side, and then Venus and Mars on the other side, from the sun's perspective. Okay, back to Earth. Venus, when it is this close to the sun, is considered, any planet that is this close to the sun, within about 15 degrees. Venus less so. Venus about half of that, about 8 degrees out from the sun, is considered combust. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, just within. So this is combust. Combust means, here's the orbit, starts here, and as it goes around this far out, it comes back, and this is behind the sun now. This is behind the sun. This means she has lived her life during the day, during our morning star period. She's lived her time as a morning star of the star of the day, heralding the day, and then coming back here. She's considered to be losing her energy as the time passes. She's gained. When she was conjunct the sun at the beginning, she was at full strength. And then as she goes out and then back again to this point where she's combust, this is her weakest point. Between here and here, where Mars is now, this is Venus's weakest point, when she is considered in the underworld. In the underworld means the sun has taken over, that she's in the realm of the Father. This means she is the child. Any planet, Mars would be the child as well. This means they do everything on the whim of a superior. So she is automatically, she's not independent anymore. Mars is not independent either. They are behind the sun. In this time period, people need the permission of others. The child, as Kapil Raj from KRS Astrology, he said, he puts it as the child is out being independent, but as the time progresses, father comes home. Right here, as father's at work, the children are out doing what they do, going to school, but hanging out with friends, joining the crowd, being a part of their generation. But when they get home and the father comes home, this means they're under the father's rules. They start reading the books. They start doing what he says, in the traditional sense, of course. Same with Mars. When he is venturing out, when he is anywhere in the zodiac, Venus doesn't stray from the sun very far. This is as far as Venus goes. Venus doesn't stray far from the sun. This is because Venus is inside the orbit of Earth, and we hold it. It's as if we're holding it from our perspective in the sun. The sun's not holding it. It's as if we're holding it. Just as from Mars's perspective, it holds us. This is why we have less control over Mars, whereas we have more control over Venus, over the things we prefer. This is why Venus is our treasure. This is why I consider it the planet of what you want, that you want to want you back. As wherever Venus is in your chart, this is why it's considered the thing of beauty, pearl, because it's the pearl. It's considered the vision of beauty. It's considered devotion to the goddess. It's considered devotion to your wife. It's considered devotion to your spouse. And as a woman, you become that. You become the thing treasured. And so you are willing to change yourself for that. You're willing to make sacrifices to create art. You're willing to create sacrifices to get someone to like you. I consider it the planet of what you want, that you want to want you back. Mars is different. Mars you have no control over. Mars tells you what to do. So, in our perspective, Mars is everything you want that doesn't have to want you back. That's the danger of Mars. So understanding this is the time period when Venus and Mars are in Father's house. Both the good child and the bad child are home. And so they are like children. They can't come out to play. So you have more control over your Mars tendencies on December 11th, if you choose to recognize it. Same with Venus. With Venus, she's the child. You still want her to want you back. However, she's the child. That means you're going to understand everything as a child. You're going to understand everything from the beginning. And that's what I'm going to try to do in this video. So let's get going. December 11th, 2025 at 6:11 in the morning at New Madrid. Central Time Zone, Chicago time period as well. So from the Venus perspective, Venus is in Lahiri. Now this is what they want you to feel. Now I'm going to give you the PentaGnoesis chart for this day. Reading for this day. So you have another perspective, another example of what it is. Okay. From the Venus point, Venus is at 19 degrees 11 minutes in Scorpio in the first house. Okay, right here. Number 1, the first house. Venus is here at 5, 10, 15, 20, just one before 20, 1911. 1911. So here it is, 1911. This is the Venus star point. This is the PentaGnoesis. This is the Venus star extension from this point that they want you to feel. They're going to have you like a pinball feel these energies. PentaGnoesis, New Madrid. All right, your Venus star point, 1911 Scorpio. In the Gesta, this is Gesta Pada 1. Fixed Mars sign over a Mercury nakshatra in the Sagittarius Pada. This is a moral power play they're going to do this day. A moral power play of Scorpio is the sign with Ophiuchus at what you have. Looking back at what you have, because it's opposite of Taurus. And yet Mars is also the character of what you've done. So it's looking back at what you have and what you've done. Because this is 7 signs away as well as the other side of the opposite of Mars. So this is both. You are looking back at what you have and looking back at what you did. And don't forget, Scorpio is 8 houses away from the Mars. So this is you're looking back at, you deciding to look back at what you did is transformational to you. And because you're going to feel it, it's going to be automatically transformational to you. It's going to feel natural. And here you have to do it. And the 8th house always forces you to do it. So this is always your first choice. You have to get it done. You have to look back at what you have and what you've done here. You have to get that. You have to look back and get this done. Your self-correction. Your self-criticism right here. Okay, and Scorpio is about money. So this is about your questioning on your money. This is a moral power play on your money, especially other people's money, which we're schooled to think of national money, national currency. Okay, this is the starting point of what they're going to do this day. And it's moral because it's in Sagittarius Pada, the Jupiter religion, the moral religion, the morality, not just the blind faith, the structure that you see. 144 degrees. All right, this is your Venus starting point, your 0 point. 144 degrees this way to the clockwise, which is exactly the same as the Hebrew worship of 216 degrees this way. They don't go by the 144 of going 144 this way, which is as I've said. They go by this way, which is the progression of the planets. So this is 216 degrees. They worship this, and a lot of them don't even know that. They just know 216 is powerful. But the religion does know this. This is why 216 is their faith. I'm giving you 144 because it's easier to know and it's easier to calculate. It gives you the same thing. So 144, 144 degrees clockwise, you get Gemini, 25 degrees, 11 minutes. I'm sticking with 11 minutes, but it's going to go 25 degrees, 11 minutes, which is in the 8th house from Venus. In Purnarvasu Nakshatra, or in Gemini, in the Purnarvasu Nakshatra, Pada 2. This is a Mercury sign over a Jupiter Nakshatra with the Taurus Pada. This is the return of the light salvation. This is the return of the light salvation, communication, handling. And because it's Taurus in here, this is the true finance, the true financiers of the zodiac. This is the money changers. This is where the money changers are. This is where the financial decisions are made. This is the dollar collapse here, with the bank Bitcoin CBDC establishment. The power play is going to happen here. Transformation from this placement right here with Jupiter retrograde in the nakshatra, in his own nakshatra, which means it's an emergency situation. You have to understand this. When this happens, you have to understand this is the reason why. Okay, 144 degrees from here is going to be 1 degree, 11 minutes, Aquarius.